Jai Gurudev and good morning and thank you for joining us today. We are here to delve into the fascinating mantra Rama Rama Rameti Rame Rame Manorame, which is said to have profound spiritual significance. This chant, often associated with Lord Ram, carries a deep resonance in the hearts of millions. To help us understand its meaning, its significance, and the scientific aspects of chanting this mantra, we have two esteemed guests, a spiritual expert from the Art of Living Foundation and a senior officer from Vedic Dharma Sansthan. Welcome and thank you for your time. Jai Gurudev, and thank you for having us. It's a joy to discuss the profound aspects of this mantra, which is deeply woven into the spiritual fabric of Hinduism. It's a pleasure to be here. I look forward to sharing insights on the mantra from both a traditional and scientific perspective. Let's begin with the mantra itself. Rama Rama Rameti Rame Rame Manorame. Could you both provide some insights into its meaning and significance? Absolutely. The mantra Rama Rama Rameti Rame Rame Manorame is a repetition of the name of Lord Ram, a divine figure representing the highest ideals of righteousness, virtue, and compassion in Hinduism. The first part, Rama Ram Rameti, is a simple and profound chant where the name of Ram is invoked. Repeating this name repeatedly has an uplifting effect on the mind and heart, calming the inner restlessness and connecting us with a higher consciousness. The phrase Ram Rame Manorame suggests that the repetition is not merely a mechanical process but an engagement of the mind or Manorame. The heart, in its deepest aspect, aligns with the name of Ram and it becomes a meditative practice. This connection between body, mind, and spirit is central to spiritual growth. From a Vedic perspective, this mantra represents the divine presence of Lord Ram. In ancient texts, the power of a name or sound is significant because of its ability to influence the vibrational energy around us. In the Vedas and Upanishads, we see how words and syllables, especially those derived from sacred sounds or mantras, have the power to shape our consciousness. Chanting the name of Ram invokes not only the qualities of the deity but also aligns us with the cosmic order and truth. That's a fascinating explanation. Now, let's talk about the scientific aspects. Many people have heard that chanting mantras can have a calming and even healing effect. How do you explain this scientifically? Scientifically, chanting a mantra like Rama Rama Rameti has been shown to affect our brain waves and emotional state. When we chant, we activate certain parts of the brain, including those associated with focus, concentration, and relaxation. Research has shown that the repetitive nature of mantras can help shift our brain waves from the more agitated beta state to the calmer alpha state, which is associated with relaxation and stress relief. In fact, studies in neuroplasticity suggest that repetitive sound patterns, especially when aligned with intention, can create new neural pathways in the brain, promoting mental clarity and emotional well being. This is why people often report feeling a sense of peace and centeredness after chanting mantras. Absolutely, and beyond the neurological aspect, there is the concept of sound vibration. Modern science recognizes that sound has a vibrational frequency, and these vibrations can influence our physical state. In traditional Vedic science, we understand that chanting the name of Ram generates a specific resonance that not only impacts our mental state but also our physical being. The vibration of the mantra aligns the body's energy with the universe's harmony, promoting holistic healing. In fact, contemporary research has explored the effects of sound healing using frequencies and vibrations to balance the body's energy systems. Mantras like this are believed to resonate at frequencies that align with the heart's frequency, fostering a state of peace and harmony within the practitioner. That's incredibly insightful. Could you give us some examples of how chanting this mantra has impacted people either spiritually or scientifically? Within the Art of Living community, we often use mantras in meditation practices, and many people report profound transformations. One example is a participant who came to our courses with a lot of mental stress and anxiety. After practicing the chanting of this mantra over a period of time, she noticed a significant decrease in her stress levels and a greater sense of emotional stability. Her sleep improved, and she reported feeling more connected to her inner self. This aligns with studies that show how consistent practice of mantras can create a more balanced state of being both physically and mentally. Additionally, there are reports from people who practice chanting regularly as a way to enhance their focus, especially in high stress situations. Athletes, for instance, have used mantra chanting as a tool for mental clarity before competitions. From our work at the Vedic Dharma Sansthan, we have seen countless instances where individuals have experienced healing and spiritual upliftment through chanting mantras, including this one. In one case, a man suffering from chronic illness and emotional turmoil found solace through regular chanting. After a few months, he noticed not just an improvement in his health, but also a deepening of his spiritual practice. His connection to Lord Ram through the mantra seemed to create a shift in his mindset, allowing him to heal emotionally and physically. What we have seen time and time again is that the mind body connection is strengthened when the mantra is practiced with devotion. The rhythmic repetition and focus on the divine name brings clarity, grounding, and a sense of inner peace that transcends the ordinary understanding. That's truly remarkable. It sounds like this mantra serves not only as a tool for spiritual connection but also as a pathway to healing. Do you have any advice for those looking to begin chanting or incorporating this practice into their daily lives? I would encourage people to start with patience and consistency. Begin by chanting for a few minutes each day, preferably in the morning or before sleep. When the mind is calmer, focus on the sound, feel the vibration, and let the name of Ram connect you to a deeper sense of peace. It's not just the repetition, but the heartfelt connection that creates transformation. I echo Dr. Ravisa's advice. It's essential to approach the mantra with reverence and an open heart. Over time, as the practice becomes a part of your routine, you will notice subtle shifts. Be patient and trust the process. Ultimately, the mantra helps you to connect with the highest version of yourself. Thank you both for your profound insights. It's clear that this simple yet powerful mantra has layers of meaning, spiritual, psychological, and even scientific. I'm sure our viewers will leave with a deeper understanding of its significance and its potential to create positive change in their lives. Jai Gurudev. Jai Gurudev and good morning, and thank you for joining us today. We are here to explore one of the most revered mantras in Hinduism, Rama Rama Rameti Rame Rame Manorame. This mantra has deep spiritual roots and is believed to offer numerous benefits to those who chant it. To better understand its significance and impact both spiritually and scientifically, we are joined by two esteemed guests, Dr. Anand Kapoor, an expert from the Art of Living Foundation, and Mr. Sandeep Joshi, an officer from the Vedic Dharma Sansthan. Welcome and thank you for being here. Jai Gurudev, it is my pleasure to be here. The mantra you mentioned is indeed powerful, and it's always wonderful to explore the deeper dimensions of such sacred words. Thank you for having us. This mantra, Ram Ram Rameti Rame Rame Manorame, is so much more than just a prayer. It connects us to the divine and carries with it profound cosmic vibrations and transcend time and space. Let's dive right in. For many of our viewers, this mantra might be familiar, but they may not fully understand its spiritual significance. Could you both explain what it means and why it is so important? The mantra Ram Ram Rameti Rame Rame Manorame is fundamentally an invocation of Lord Ram, one of the most revered figures in Hinduism. The repetition of Ram aligns our consciousness with the divine qualities embodied by Lord Ram: virtue, compassion, and righteousness. The first part of the mantra, Ram Ram Rameti, essentially means by repeating the name of Ram, we invoke his presence and his qualities. The second part, Ram Rame Manorame, conveys a deeper connection. Manorame means the mind or heart, and this portion indicates that as you chant, you bring your thoughts and emotions into alignment with the name of Ram. It suggests that your entire being, mind, body, and soul becomes absorbed in the divine energy that the name of Ram generates and invokes. Yes, I completely agree. In Vedic tradition, sound is seen as a powerful means of connecting with the divine. This mantra is a form of japa repetition that isn't just about a physical act of chanting, but about merging the mind with the divine essence. Ram is not just a name, it's a vibration that carries a potent spiritual frequency capable of bringing peace and transcendence. The name of Ram itself has been linked to cosmic principles. In fact, the Vedas emphasize the importance of sound vibrations in shaping our consciousness and energy. Repeating such mantras allows individuals to elevate their state of being, creating a direct link between them and the divine. That is fascinating. Now, many people associate chanting mantras with stress reduction, peace, and mental clarity. How does chanting the Ram Ram Rameti mantra affect the brain and body? Are there scientific studies or theories that support these effects? Absolutely. From a scientific perspective, chanting mantras like Rama Rama Rameti has been shown to have significant effects on the brain. Neuroscience research suggests that the repetitive nature of chanting induces a meditative state, which lowers the activity in the prefrontal cortex, the area of the brain responsible for stress, anxiety, and overthinking. This relaxation effect allows the body to enter the rest and digest state as opposed to the fight or flight response. In fact, studies have shown that practices like mantra chanting can increase The brain's production of alpha waves, which are linked to relaxation, enhanced concentration, and creativity. Regular chanting also increases the secretion of neurotransmitters like serotonin, which help improve mood and promote a sense of well being. There is also the aspect of sound vibrations. As we know, everything in the universe is energy, and sound is one of the most fundamental forms of energy. Research in sound therapy and vibrational medicine has demonstrated how certain frequencies can influence our physical and emotional health. When we chant a mantra like Rama Rama Rameti, we are not just producing sound, we are resonating with frequencies that can heal, energize, and even align our bodily rhythms with the cosmic frequencies. This effect has been measured through devices like EEG, electroencephalogram, which monitor brainwave activity. During mantra chanting, people's brainwaves often shift into a state of coherence and balance. Many practitioners have reported a sense of profound peace, increased clarity, and even emotional release thanks to the vibrational impact of sound. That's a powerful connection between spirituality and science. Could you give us some examples of how this mantra has affected people personally? And are there any real world instances where individuals have experienced significant transformations? Absolutely, there are countless examples from the art of living community where individuals have shared their life changing experiences with the mantra chanting. One particularly poignant example comes from a participant who was struggling with chronic anxiety. After integrating the chanting of the Rama Rama Rameti mantra into their daily practice, they reported a significant reduction in anxiety. The repetitive nature of the mantra gave them a way to focus their mind, release pent up emotions, and connect with a greater sense of inner peace. Over time, the mantra became a powerful tool for emotional regulation and self healing. Similarly, there is another individual, a senior corporate executive, who found that chanting helped him reduce stress during high pressure situations at work. He used the mantra to calm his nerves before presentations and meetings, which in turn improved his performance and overall sense of well being. I've seen similar transformations within the Vedic Dhamma. One case that stands out is of a woman dealing with deep grief after the loss of a loved one. She began chanting the mantra regularly, and over time, she shared how her sorrow gradually turned into acceptance and peace. She felt that the mantra, especially the focus on the name of Ram, helped her surrender to the divine will and find solace. Such instances highlight the healing power of the mantra, not just for mental well being, but for spiritual healing as well. It's incredible how this mantra helps so many people transform their lives. For those who might be interested in starting to chant this mantra, do you have any practical advice? I would encourage anyone interested in chanting to start small and be consistent. Begin by setting aside a few minutes every morning or evening, focus on the sound of the mantra, and try to keep your mind centered on its meaning. Over time, you will notice subtle shifts, perhaps in your emotions, your clarity of thought, or even your physical health. Remember, the key is consistency and dedication, not perfection. I agree the mantra has a deep transformative potential, but it requires patience. It's important to approach it with sincerity and an open heart. You may start by chanting aloud, and as you get more comfortable, you can chant mentally. Also, it's helpful to sit in a quiet, serene space while chanting. Over time, the connection to the divine becomes stronger and the benefits multiply. Thank you both for these profound insights. It's clear that the mantra Rama Rama Rameti Rama Rame Manorame holds not just spiritual significance but also scientifically measurable benefits for those who practice it, whether it's reducing stress, improving emotional health, or creating a deeper connection to the divine. This mantra offers a holistic path to healing and peace. Jai Gurudev.